on your behalf, I got a good laugh. I appreciate that. What is going on, y'all? It is your girl Ash. Welcome back to Ashland. If you're new, welcome. Appreciate you checking me out, checking out this channel. Tonight, we are doing a Teen Mom, get it together, a Teen Mom family reunion recap, and we are on episode 6. And y'all, mm, well, first off, what is going on? Go ahead and like this video to let YouTube know that you like content like this, as well to go ahead and push out this video. And if you enjoy recaps, reviews on TV shows, as well as mother lifestyle content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and so you can, be caught up with me every time we drop some of these videos, be a part of the crew, and get up in the Ashland with me, okay? So look, Teen Mom. Teen Mom family reunion. All right, so last episode we were trying to figure out how did we want to leave Farrah on, as far as like her approach and welcome her staying, or if they wanted her to stay, whatever. Macy made a solid decision that she was going to have a talk with Farrah to, let her know that, of course, she's welcome. She wanted, to let her know they want her to be there, and as well let her know the work that they are doing and that she wants her to be a part of it, and it's serious work. And of course, nothing is never so easy with Farrah. Let's just be frankly honest, right? So she's already shut down basically. Like, she is done. Like, she's just like, basically Corey creeped up on her the wrong way in a sneaky fashion, she feels like, and that's put her in a, basically in an uncomfortable place where basically she basically ain't there to even be in the space with them no more. She can't move past that to be able to be there with them to go through this healing process, and and dig deep and get to know the other girls, and is just to kind of just kind of like bring it, not to bring it back full circle, but just to like get it together and form your, like, if not even friendships, just like, okay, we agree to disagree and we could just be cordial and just move on like that. But no, like, you could just really see the work that Macy was trying to pull in and pull out of her to try to get her to actually stay. But it was just like, nah, it won't even no point. It was done. And typical, fair fashion, everything is so over the top. And I don't be wanting to take away from her experiences, because I don't have the anxiety that she has, but it just always is so much. Everything just has to go, seems like it has to go to the extreme or whatever or whatnot. And, but that's whatever. That's fair. So all in all, she said, she couldn't stay and she left or whatever, whatnot. So that'll be that. And honestly, when they all came together at breakfast, and Ashley, Macy was telling everybody, about the breakfast. About the breakfast that she had with Farrah. Everybody was pretty much like, good riddance, like, cool, like, I'm good on that, like, nobody really was, obviously they, was welcoming to her, but at the same time, because of the drama and the mess and the, I don't want to say that she caused the drama, because basically Farrah was, not Farrah, Macy was trying to take up for, I don't know if they had a conversation, or if, remember, she was just trying to, speak, possibly speak for Corey, but she's like, I don't think, he was trying to be sneaky, and creep up on you. I think he was trying to, pull you without basically like causing a scene and having that, and basically he didn't have the malicious intent for the big blow up that happened after the fact. But of course, Farrah wasn't open to that. She doesn't believe it. Takes no accountability, as typical Farrah. And yeah, and with that, it is like, yeah, be gone, be done, Sarah. Farrah, we like, we good on you at this point. Like, if you can't, you all the stuff you say, you're like, oh, I don't even know that child, I don't know that child's name. Like, you know, say you don't know them, so how could you, I think it was like you said, said she didn't know bars, so how could she have talked? Like, it's just no accountability there. So it's clear that she's definitely not ready for this. She's not ready for this process, and no, it probably is best that she move on and she get gone. So it ends up being basically, who is that? Ashley and so Ashley and Jade. So Ashley and Jade, um, they basically end up kind of like coming together as a team and putting together an event, and to show an example of, despite, whatever, you can, move past, things, hardship, whatever. And I would say hardship, but maybe confrontation and situations with other people, and work as a team. So they're going to go um, like this rope, yeah, like this rope, doing this rope, what is it, like the, yeah, like this rope thing. It was this rope thing. It was it was like a rope course. That's what it is, a rope course or whatever or whatnot. So everybody pretty much goes, of course, except Brianna. She has to, be cool, be chill. She can't do too much strenuous activity. And then, of course, Amber, I guess, is still bent out of shape with her foot. Like, I don't know. Like, so she, she didn't go either. So, and then as well, and Zach and Cheyenne, they are, full on, they have their oldest, Cheyenne's oldest child, and then they have the new baby. So they are, full on parents. And when you are a parent and you have any time to get away as a couple, you want to go ahead and do that. And as well, they want to, really make use of that time to may have time just for them individually together. So he, set something up aside for her, for them to do together or whatever or whatnot. But so everybody else go to the course, and that rope course, like, for one, it was definitely right up Corey's alley. That was like definitely like that. Come on now, that was absolutely nothing to him. And basically they were all gonna, basically all do it together as a team. And like that thing looked like it just got like higher and higher. And like as you went through certain sections, like each section might have been different or whatever, whatnot, and then it ends in like a zip line. So Ashley, but regardless of the fact that she is afraid of heights, mind you, completely for not even thinking about that, again, helped set up this event with Jade. So, nonetheless, she is a trooper. She gets up there, gets to the top just right, literally. It's second right behind Jade. They go ahead, because I think they were like in like a two by two like thing, and but still doing it like together as a group. Jade goes down the zip line, go dim, done. Ashley get up there and just freaks out. That's when like it really hits her, like, I'm up high. I thought I was gonna be able to do this. I can't do this. I got to get down. I got to get down. And literally, she's up there for a minute, like Macy's, like coaxing her, like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Finally, they're like, they're like, no, because she's like, y'all gonna get me down. They're like, this is the only way you can get down. This is the only way you can get down. And I'm really thinking, like, okay, if this is the only way to get down, this is definitely set up. But at the same time, it's you have no choice but to eventually just conquer your fear unless you go backwards. Could you go backwards? Or I guess like I don't know. I've never been to nothing like that, but I probably would do it. I probably would be scared as I don't know what. But I love roller coasters, so thinking about it, it kind of just reminds me of a roller coaster, except I ain't sitting on nothing. So I'm hanging from a string. So um, it was like she meant that they were gonna let her down, but what they end up doing is just like moving her basically out the way, and then everybody else just like started going down or whatever or whatnot. And what was very significant in this part was definitely after everybody had went. Of course, at that point, like her and Bar were the last people that were up there, and him really being there and coaxing her and really helping to like to calm her. And he mentioned or whatever whatnot that even though everybody was cheering for her, it was something about his voice that probably really stood out to her, that probably helped to calm her and get her, get on right on down that zip line. And then she did it, y'all. It was definitely, you know, proud ass, to face your fear, get it in. Like, I'm sure stuff like that really just helps you, just really fills your cup, just fills something inside or whatever, whatnot. Like I'm sitting here like, dang, I really like did something to face my fear that filled my cup or whatever. Like, I don't even know. I might be low key corny, like, dang, Ash, like, dang, really, you boring? Is you boring? Like I said, Cheyenne and Zach, they, he basically playing like a little date, little some little cute little whatever for them to like to have this little brunch, lunch, whatever, whatnot. Cute. Alright. So, on top of, Ashley and Bar, having this obviously, great moment, him being there for her, which she says like he's always what actually Coach Cheyenne ended up calling was temperature checking or whatever or whatnot, because they basically ended up having a session with her and actually felt it was necessary, and I definitely think so, especially with her expressing that basically that they were married but they weren't together, in her feeling like basically and telling Coach Cheyenne like she doesn't feel married and basically what marriage looked like for her. And again, like really digging in deep, and of course the dig deep moment was realizing how she was de-emasculating him as a man, and then as well Barb like getting in, like you can tell like men like Barb don't like ain't really into like really the therapy thing, and sometimes it really can take a second to really like pull it out of them, because he was like you could tell like it was coming up but he was pushing from it for a second. And when she took him to the side to like, hey, like, how did you get like this, like who told you that you weren't good enough? And I don't think it was mad if somebody telling him that he wasn't good enough, and him growing up with a father who was on drugs. It that said something, that did something to him, as a child. And even he, thanked her, in the end for, helping him, to really even, to get that out. And just, I think it helped to change his view on, therapy, and help to understand that really this stuff is real. Your childhood makes you who you are in the present, especially as an adult. And that was lit. Proud of that work. I actually had mentioned to Leah that possibly that when they got back home they would go to therapy, and I definitely think that can't hurt. Like that can't hurt. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, they definitely need to go to therapy because to beat that down or bash or anything, but it's healthy, especially if they feel like that's something that could help, and with their marriage, especially with the issues and the traumas that they have had. I definitely think that could really help them really push them forward or whatnot. So I wanted to say that the funniest night of tonight's episode was Amber. And I'm pretty sure she was embarrassed, of course, but I think like she was still able to, I mean, because who wouldn't be embarrassed? But she was able to, I think it looked like she was able to laugh at herself. So, they were playing like truth or dare or whatever whatnot. I think it was Gary. It was Gary. It was Amber. It was Cheyenne, Macy, and Marcus. And Marcus. Dang, why I always want to call that man Marcus? His name was Zach. Zach. So they play like Jenga, truth or dare, or whatever or whatnot. And Macy basically kind of, I think she gives Amber a dare that she has to take 2 steps and then fall in the hammock, and I think without like falling out or whatever whatnot. And the thing is, what was crazy because we rewinded one because we was weak. We was so weak. I had to rewind it. So, um, when I look back, it was like the hammock looks like. Why did it like? Is it how she fell? But even when you look at it, it was so confusing of why it even broke down like that. But that thing just went plat as she like went to. Oh man, it was. Amber, on your behalf, I got a good laugh. I appreciate that because I know like that probably was not like, wow, really like that just had to happen. So, nonetheless, end of the episode, um, Brianna, missing out on all the fun or whatever or whatnot, she decides to throw a 70s themed party. And, again, really helping them all to, as moms and dads, let loose and have a good time because let's be honest, how often do they get these opportunities? And even if they do, they don't get the opportunities with each other. And Macy doing what Macy do because Ashley ain't know that because Ashley the twerk queen, Ashley the twerk queen talk about all she want to do is I think she's like she want to travel and twerk in different places like crazy. So she was tripping off actually seeing Macy twerk, but we know that Macy be twerking and Macy be shaking that butt. Like if you've been following all these years, like Macy be you know some. So all right, look, why am I getting started, right? Like what have I got going on? So they all though like paranoid though at the end of it because they're like, it's a party, every time a party happens, something bad happens. So they think Janelle gonna show up. And my daughter keep asking me the same, like, you think Janelle gonna show up? You think it? I don't think Janelle's gonna show up. Call it what it is. I don't think Janelle's gonna show up. From the previews, doesn't look like Janelle shows up. If anything, Leah's boyfriend is going to show up, and so it's gonna be nice to see like that dynamic. Like her and Ashley were talking about them, and you know with her busy schedule, she can't go to, Atlanta like that, and him moving closer, and if he does move closer with them, just kind of like still like in the courting stage of dating and not rushing, to live together. Because I'm like, wow, Ashley even asked that, but I guess it's out of curiosity to see like where she was with it. But Leah like, nah, like, and I think I don't even didn't even realize until, but it's not even like we seen like no, I mean, I think it was just like you kind of really seen a moment where the coach may had to have stepped in and had an interaction with everybody. And as far as like the mom goes, I did not really even notice like right, like Leah is the one that like hasn't really opened up yet. And so next episode, it looks like they're going to be touching on that. So I'm excited, and I'm actually excited that we got into this really good. Like, ain't even was too long or whatever, whatnot. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed my little commentary of this episode. Good episode indeed. Some nice therapy done. Some it would be a team building. I mean, it is kind of like it was kind of like a team building exercise, for them. And so at the same time, it was kind of like just a bonding exercise, for them, just to lean on each other, depend on each other, whatever, what. So, high wire act. Episode 6, Team Mom. Again, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be back here next week with as we go over episode 7. And we are out of here, y'all. Peace.